When it comes to 3-month-old Emil, Al.
The results are coming up. Is Al the father of her 3 kids?
Al.
3 paternity tests and 3 absolutely stunning results.
When it comes to 3-month-old Emil, Al, you are not. Hey. There are 2 other children we gotta think about.
Hey, let's hit other more.
Okay.
Let's hit other more.
When it comes to 1-year-old Kaylin, Al, you are not. And when it comes to 4-year-old Kyla, Al, you are not. When it comes to 3-year-old Sakaya, Steve, you are not the father. When it comes to 10-month-old Kendrick, Cody, you are not the father. Angelique, don't get it in her face. Don't.
Okay. And it's not like we don't all know this. So people are talking out of both sides of their mouth. On the one hand, you're claiming that the reason for all of these fatherless homes that are headed by a single parent is because the deadbeat dads are not taking care of their responsibilities. And you hear very little about the absolute fact that in many cases, the deadbeat mother has no idea who the father is, because they have been very promiscuous with their sexuality. And it's not like these men are abandoning their children or abandoning their home, because first of all, you're not even supposed to be having children, period, unless you have a stable home in which to raise children in. People, both men and women, are irresponsible with their sexuality. So the men who are being tested may have been irresponsible because they potentially could have been the father. But in so many cases, they are not. And of course, the woman is claiming that she knows absolutely positively that that is the father. And if you let her tell it, she is not having sex with other people. But yet and still, she's bringing half a dozen or 24 people on the Maury Povich show to be tested, because these are all potential sperm donors. This needs to be talked about. It's an unfortunate reality. So you have all these children that are being spawned, that are being birthed, without having the benefit of a stable home environment to be reared in. And in many cases, they are reared in a very severely dysfunctional environment. And there's little hope for many of them that they are going to even become productive members of society, because they come into this world in so many cases with everything stacked against them, including the fact that they have an irresponsible person for a mother who still hasn't found out who the father is. And in many cases, even if she does find out or does know who the father is, he's not responsible either, and not even capable of being a halfway decent father. Why? Because in so many cases, the sex partner that she had sex with, the sperm donor, was not reared in a proper home himself. And many of these boys have no idea how to be a man because they have not been taught or shown by example what a man is. And it's a vicious cycle, and it continues, and it self-replicates itself. Irresponsible young people produce children irresponsibly, raise children to become just as irresponsible as they were because they don't know how to teach them to do better. And eventually we have entire segments of our society which are dysfunctional. Call it what you want, but they are dysfunctional. Entire segments of our population, of our society, entire communities, where poverty perpetuates and breeds more poverty, and with it, insanity. And then the rest of society has to deal with it. So I say again to all, and this is about fathers, black men, it's not enough. It's really not enough. If you have any children, you certainly should take care of them and raise them properly, whether you are in the home or not. Even if you do not have children, if you date women, if you have friends, if you have siblings, if you have sisters, if you have cousins, if you have anybody in your life, any woman in your life who is a single mother, especially if she has boys, why can't you step in and be an example to those young boys? Why can't you step in and be a role model to them? A big brother, as it were. You're not required to do it. Nobody can force you to do that. You're not obligated to do that. If you manage to abstain or from producing children out of wedlock, nobody can say you're responsible for raising anybody else's children or even assisting. But you should. You really should. Somebody has to do it. And I'm talking about the women in your life that you care about. And seriously, if you think that's too much to ask, why are you dealing with these women if they have children?